gonna backtrack. And you should've kept my name out your mouth. Ask me though how it all turned out. When you try to use my name for clout, keep on going, give me something you can talk about. Hello, everybody. How are you doing this fine? What is it? Thursday, September 18th. I was up way past my bedtime last night watching Tough Stino. I don't know if he's in the chat right now, but he was reacting to like, girl, we're in like 14 levels of react at this point. But oh my God, I was laughing so freaking hard. Oh my God. My throat is like sore from laughing so hard. I don't even know. Or maybe it was the impressions I was doing of, what's his name? Aunt Heffy. But y'all, I'm going to have to make several videos today. I just now premiered a video, on the Whitakers. I do want to do some Charlie Kirk updates, and I have some other stuff to talk about today as well. Nova has made a video, so I want to discuss some of the things that she stated in her update video and all of that. But that is not what today's video is about, or that's not what this particular specific video that you're watching right now is about. I do want to keep on this case because I think it's going to end up webbing back into some other stuff that we are talking about. So I don't want to get too behind on it. This is the case that I covered, I believe it was last week. It may have been 2 weeks ago now, where there was the body of an individual found in the frunk. We made some jokes about it, right? The front trunk is called the frunk. I mean, the jokes we made were about the name of the trunk. We were not making jokes about the tragedy. That was pretty heinous. But what was coming out about, information about this incident was that there was a Tesla which was towed because it was seemingly abandoned. Nobody knew who the Tesla was for. It had Texas license plate. So they towed it. It was in LA. And they brought it to like an impound type lot that the cops have some type of control over. And there were reports that, people who worked at this garage were noticing a foul odor emanating from the Tesla. So one thing leads to the next, and the cops show up, and, there's basically human remains in the front trunk of this Tesla. They run the plates on the Tesla. It's Texas plates, even though it's in, LA or Hollywood, and they run the plates and find out that the owner of the vehicle, or the vehicle, is registered to singer David. I don't know his full name at the moment. I'm sure they reported it. I'm just giving you all the recap. He is a young man. I mean, he really can't be older than probably like mid-20s. He may be even younger than that. He's a singer. What else? I mean, I'd heard one of his songs before. I'm sure he's got like emo, kind of sad. It's kind of not emo, but it's kind of like sad, like slow song, whatever. I'm not going to play any because of copyright. Also because it's not that important. However, they said, we found these remains in this front trunk. However, this guy, David, he was on tour and had been on tour for at least a month. So all of this happens where the police actually discover this. I believe it was on about September 12th or so. So the car would have had to be abandoned for about 3 days before anybody would have towed the car. The car gets towed, so that means it would have had to been there for at least 3 days. And it was in the impound lot for like maybe 2 or 3 days as well. We'll read some of these details and as we go through some of the more recent reporting. So if I have any of these details, the very specific minute details wrong, they will be sorted out. But I'm just giving you all the overview of what I remember and all that so that you can be caught up. Well, we have some updates. What they found in the trunk at first was being reported a little bit inconsistently. At first, it was like being reported as a body. Then other places it was being reported as just like human remains. A partially dismembered body was one that they then started to bring up. So I'm kind of like, what's going on? Like, did they find a whole entire body? Did they find a partially dismembered body? Now I'm hearing on Banfield with that TMZ guy that went on there. We'll watch it. Is that it was a head and a torso and maybe a limb or two, but the whole entire what would have been a body, what isn't there. Now, this also reminds me just so much of I was doing some research into a case having to do with Cher. Y'all know who Cher is? Cher, the singer from like the 70s who somehow hasn't aged to like a single moment in 42 years. It's very weird to me. I mean, whatever. I don't know what they're doing over there in Hollywood, but she has a son. He's a little bit older than me. And I started looking into its conservatorship. She was trying to put him into a conservatorship. So I started looking into her and her business and stuff that's happened around her. Well, she has this sort of, mysterious, in my opinion, assistant who also has a son in his 20s. Well, that son, last I checked, was in jail. That son was dating a girl. The girl turns up dead. Um, Crazy stuff, just crazy stuff. I don't wanna, I don't really specifically remember all the details, so I don't wanna, be held to these details. This was years ago. I was making these videos maybe 2 years ago, but it was around 2023, December 2023, when I was making the videos, but this case goes all the way back. I'm just telling y'all something this reminds me of in case it ends up, coming up, because they found this girl's body, this girl, very badly decomposed. Also, just to be extremely clear, the Cher's assistant's son is not in jail for this crime. I'm not saying he did this crime. I'm just saying that the way that I ended up finding out about this girl's partially dismembered body being found was because I was researching that stuff with Cher and her son, and then the assistant, and then her son, and all that. Okay, so the guy is in jail for something to have to do with substance dealing or something like that. So it's not about this unaliving of this girl, but the whole thing is just like this happened in LA. This girl was found, decomposing, her body's decomposing, and one of her fingers was missing. They just cut off one finger. And I'm like, why did they cut off one finger? Just one? My thought was maybe they needed to get into her iPhone. Now I'm wondering, did she have a tattoo? I mean, like all this stuff starts reminding me of other stuff. And I'm like, well, I mean, the tattoo did make her pretty identifiable, right? They went through all the trouble of dismembering a whole body. And y'all, a Tesla front trunk is very small. It's not the size of a trunk. It's not even the size of what you would imagine where a motor could sit. It's just a small compartment. And the news was reporting also that this seemingly, victim only weighed like 70 something pounds. And I was like, how on earth could a fully grown person weigh 71 pounds? They would have to be extremely malnourished or like extremely, small for their size, or just was like, I even tweeted it. I was like, this 71 pounds, that seems like a teenager. Well, come to find out, I was right. It was a teenager. Now, the body, the remains have been identified as having belonging to, or having belonged to a girl, a child. I'm going to say child. Celeste Rivas. I thought it was Hernandez. Celeste is her first name. Okay, so they're reporting her as if she is 15 years old. And before we get into any reading, anything, I just want to point out that if Celeste were alive today, she would be 15 years old. But Celeste has been missing for over a year. And this is going to tie right back in with what I'm already working on investigating right now, which is Nova Part 2, which I wasn't originally going to make. But, old Uncle Heffy, he had some things to say, so I have some things to say back. And in the meanwhile, I'm working on Nova Part 2. In my working on Nova Part 2, I came across this documentary from the 80s, this 1983 documentary that basically shows that teenage institution has been going on. I mean, in my opinion, it's child abuse. It's criminal child abuse. But teenage institution has been going on in Hollywood and in LA since at least 1983, and we have documented proof of it, and I think way, way before that. So this isn't just some new Hoover Street thing, okay? This is a Hoover gang thing, okay? This has been going on. If today Celeste were alive and well walking around, she would be 15. But when she went missing, she was 13 years old. She was 13 years old when she went missing. And I wanted to drill down. Yeah, this is a great question. Ambivert Goddess, how did they meet? I don't meet children randomly. It's true. It's true. So, wait, someone said that a finger was missing. I don't know if this is true or not. Yes, nobody woman is saying it. Supposedly she was 11 or 12 when they met. I do have some details about all of that. But I want to Oh no, Birmingham Leprechaun. Thank you for the $5 super chat. That's not why I said oh no. I'm saying oh no because when you have a new theory, I'm scared. I'm scared. Thanks so much for the $5 super chat. It was a document. It absolutely was a documentary. So I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. So I want to show y'all, I want to drill down on a timeline because something I think is very important is the adultification of young girls. Or excuse me, something I think is very important as an issue to focus on is the phenomenon of the adultification of young girls, where, I mean, I've been talking about this for a few days now, how I don't believe that young girls or boys can be grown and fast. I think that that is because, a product of their environment, not in a good way. I'm not saying that I don't understand, and I haven't seen maybe even secondhand in my own life how this can happen. But once something does start happening, once a child is abused, a lot of times people try to say, well, she was fast and grown anyway, or she wanted to be out there, or she was going out there, or he was going out there. He was gang banging. It's like, excuse me, he was 13. You need to realize that's a child. It's a child. And a lot of people agree with me actually on that. And so this really just kind of like folds right back in with that. And this girl, Celeste, this young girl, this young victim, they're calling her a 15-year-old right now. Also, very clearly, she's a child of color. She has a seemingly Spanish language last name. So I just want to do my little part over here and say we're not going to be inflating somebody's age to act like they were grown and fast. She went missing when she was 13. She went missing when she was 13. Okay. So when they actually her birthday is being reported as I'm looking for an Instagram post right now. Okay, here it is. Her birthday is reported as being September 7th. September 7th. The Tesla was towed from the spot that it was sitting at in the residential neighborhood on September 8th. So the Tesla wasn't towed from the spot it was sitting at into that impound lot until the day after her birthday. Okay. So if she was killed even 24 hours before the Tesla was towed, then she was actually 14 years old. You hear what I'm saying? If she was in that, if her body, I don't believe we are our body. Okay. But I'm just saying, if her body was in the Tesla trunk on the residential neighborhood on September 6th, that means she died when she was 14 years old. Her birthday's September 7th. They towed the Tesla September 8th, and they end up finding the remains in the impound lot a few days later. So now she gets the benefit of being referred to, whatever, if there's any benefit of being referred to as having actually aged into 15 years old. But it appears to me that she could have died when she was actually 14 years old. Went missing when she was 13. Let me show you this flyer. Fans pointed out that Los Angeles singer David, oh, this is a whole nother thing going on too. So I'll just read this part. He released his probably biggest hit. You've probably heard it. I can't play it because, copyright or whatever, but I do want to, during the course of this live, look into some of the imagery from the music video because there's all kind of stuff being, resurfacing now. Pictures of these two together, allegedly. A matching finger tattoo. A picture of David, allegedly, out there right near where Celeste is from. The fact that Celeste's family is saying she had a boyfriend named David before she went missing. Some Discord and Reddit activity. Always check the group chats. So, another issue, something else, in my opinion, kind of creepy and suspicious, is this very, very famous. I would say the song that he's known for. It's the one that all the articles keep saying, the romantic homicide singer, the romantic homicide singer. The name of the song is Romantic Homicide. Okay. There's a lot of weird details. But let's start somewhere. Let's start here. Fans pointed out that LA's singer David released his romantic homicide music video on September 7th, 2022. This coincides with the birthday of his missing alleged 15-year-old girlfriend, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose remains were later discovered inside his Tesla. Now look at this missing person's flyer. Again, we are in Riverside freaking County. Riverside freaking County. That has come up in the Emmanuel Harrow case. Where is that investigation? Where is that child? Where are his remains? It also, Riverside County also has come up in the RICO, the Hoover Street indictment, the Hoover gang indictment for the trafficking of minors, including 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, alleged by the federal government, 15, 14-year-olds. Okay, that's interesting. Good to know. Look at the missing person flyer. Last seen, April of last year, in Lake Elsinore, California. Now, isn't Lake Elsinore, California, the Scientology capital of the world or something? I know there's Clearwater, but I think there's like an international capital or something over there in Lake Elsinore. Somebody tell me, I don't know. Do they have a base over there? It's speculated that Cher is a Scientologist as well. These are the things that go through my mind. Look at her birth date, September 7th. So if she died even a full day before that car was towed, she died when she was 14. 14. He never had a 15-year-old girlfriend. He never had a 15-year-old girlfriend. If he did, it was for a day, and it was the same day. No, it couldn't have been. The timeline doesn't add up. This girl was 14 when she died. Heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, sickening. 13 years old when she went missing. 13 years old. She was born in 2010. Look at the outfit she was wearing. Gray pants, black sweater, a hat, and Hello Kitty sandals. This is a child. This is a child. And she lost her life. She last left her house 9 p.m. on a Friday in April last year. The next time her parents heard about her mama heard about her, it was her remains being found in a car. Now, I do agree this is some interesting, stuff here. This romantic homicide video, the music video, it was released to the world on September 7th, 2022. September 7th, 2022. That would have been Celeste's 12th birthday. Now, is the song about Celeste? I have no idea. Okay. But I do want to bring up that music video to show you why it is that fans and concerned citizens, et cetera, are concerned. And, the video is raising questions. I turn the volume off. So here it is here. Okay, the music video starts out, a little ominous. The song itself seems to have been written in a minor key. It's pretty ominous sounding. It just sounds sad. The song, the lyrics are like, I hate you, I killed you. The lyrics themselves are just debauched. Let me pull those up. Romantic Homicide is the title of the song. Romantic Homicide, again, is the title of the song. And look, here are the lyrics. This had been written when Celeste was 11. The music video came out on her 12th birthday. Isn't it weird that it was announced that her remains were found just like a couple days after her 15th birthday? It is a little weird. I'm scared. It feels like you don't care. Enlighten me, my dear. Why am I still here? I don't mean to be complacent with the decisions you made, but why? In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry. No, not a single tear. And I'm sick of waiting patiently for someone that won't even arrive. Ooh, 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 ooh. In the back of my mind, I killed you, and I didn't even regret it. Now, at the time, she was alive and well. I'm not saying this was even necessarily about her. But he says in the lyrics of the song that came out on her 12th birthday, in the back of my mind, I killed you and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you. Okay. So again, maybe it's a coincidence. Stuff comes out in the fall. The VMAs are right around, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe didn't. I don't know. Any reason could be just a total coincidence. But then there's the actual video itself. Other than forget about what day it came out. Okay. Just look at the imagery in this video. I'm going to turn it on hold on. Okay, there's him. That's him. With a blindfold on. And, you'd get the MK Ultra flashing. They have now, I don't want Chinese freaking subtitles. Hold on. Where's English? They literally took the English translation off of here. Chinese, Dutch, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Polish, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Turkish. Why did they take the English subtitles off this freaking video? That's what I want to know. But look, he's in a rainstorm. These are the lyrics. Not a single tear. I didn't cry. In the back of my mind, you died. You're dead. It starts to raise some questions. There's a 14-year-old. I'm going to just say it was a 14-year-old. I'm going to say she was 14. I'm going to say this 14-year-old was found in the car. Okay. So that's weird enough. That's weird enough. So there's that, right? Let's keep going. Curious observer, it gets way worse. I'm starting from kind of loosey-goosey to more damning, actually. Glenda said they probably need to be looking for somebody else. In the video, he's saying she left him for a white guy. Where's this person? Why hasn't he spoken up? Shout out to the tough cousins in the chat. Yeah, I'm going to just say that I'm going to say she was 14 when she was killed because that's what it seems like to me. That's what makes the most sense on the timeline because her birthday was only a day before that car got towed and had been there for 3 days. Okay. Fans pointed out, I have my little notes here, so I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. The fans pointed out that LA singer David released Romantic Homicide music video on September 7th, which is the same day that his alleged 14-year-old girlfriend turned 12, whose remains were now. They're alleging that was her boyfriend. I don't know if that's true. Let me actually look up how old is he. Let me look up how old is he. 20 years old. So if he met her in 2022, let's say he met her in 2022, the year that that he put that video out, he would have still been 17, 18 years old, and she would have been 11, 12. Okay. So he might have been 17 when they met, but a 17-year-old cannot be with a 12-year-old or 11-year-old. In my understanding, that is not allowed. You can be with somebody within a certain few years of your age. If you're 17, 16, 17, you can be with somebody a certain few years within your age. But I don't think 17-year-olds are allowed to date 11-year-olds. I think that's literally actually illegal. And by date, I mean, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know California's laws. So somebody correct me if I'm wrong. That's just what I understand the rule to be. No, I have not talked about the Celeste song yet. There's another song where he mentions Celeste in it, and we will get into that. Hate This Platform said, bruh, I think she was aging out of his sick desires. Like, this is crazy. And y'all, I definitely have, the psychic vision in my mind of a Discord group chats. I have the psychic vision in my mind of like people being groomed in group chats. Like, it's something that's so heavy on my mind and my heart lately. Do either of them have ties to 764? I'm wondering. It feels that way. It feels like it's something like that. Legal age of consent, Kia said, is 18. You have to be 18, period. Well, now silently saying it's not illegal. It's not illegal for a 17-year-old and 11-year-old. Then that explains a lot. I mean, that's something that we need to get taken care of very soon. Okay. So he's 20 today. He's 20 today. When's his birthday? Hold on. Age. March 28th. March 28th, 2005, he was born. So he's 5 years older. Okay. He kind of looks like, do y'all know that Scientologist that's like something witch? He kind of looks like that the one's like some wicked witch or something crazy psycho witch or something. He kind of like reminds me of that, like the way he wears the stuff. It's just something is ringing familiar and patternistic with this for me, in my opinion. I don't know. Something is very, very odd. Obviously tragic. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, in the back of my mind, I killed you. I don't even regret it. I can't believe I said it. I hate you. There's knives in this video, blood, weapons. There's a dead girl in the bed. The song's called Romantic Homicide. It's kind of weird. And then the Discord server chat logs resurface, just as I predicted. This article came out today. The Express Tribune, September 18th, 2025, resurfaced Discord server chats, and I don't have a Discord. I don't have one. Resurfaced David Discord server chats about Celeste raise questions amid investigation. Discord chats between David and Celeste, as well as server discussion, resurface, fueling scrutiny in the case. The investigation into the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas has taken a new turn as old online chats involving Singer have resurfaced. Authorities confirmed earlier this week that Celeste's body was found in a Tesla front trunk linked to the artist, but new material from 2022 is drawing fresh attention. Screenshots circulating online show Discord messages where David appeared to mention Rivas as early as 2022 when she was 11 years old. In one exchange, he reportedly asked if Celeste was present in a server, to which the user by that name replied. But remember, y'all, she would have been 12 in this one because her birthday is September in the year 2000, September 7th in the year 2000. So by October 2022, she would have been 12. It's not a big difference, 11 or 12, but I do want to keep very close track of her age in case it ends up mattering. Like, he was 18 at a certain date. She was this age. It makes it worse. Sometimes it's an increased statutory fine or statutory consequence, stuff like that. That's why I'm pointing it out. I'm not saying it makes it better, but I do think it is very important when you're reporting, especially as the news. I'm not the news. I'm just somebody commenting on the news. So I'm trying to comment on the news accurately, truthfully, and not spread misinformation. And it's very easy to ascertain how old she was on October 23rd, 2022. She would have been just turned 12. She would not have been 11. But it does imply, this was a month or two after she, less than 2 months after she turned 12. So she might have been 11 when they met. So in the exchange, David reportedly asked if Celeste was present in a server, to which a user by the name Celeste replied. Look at the message. This is from a Discord. And this is what I see in my mind. These dark screens with the little different color little names. See, it's like yellow and pink and all that. Is Celeste in here? Someone named Celeste comments back. Hi, David. Bark. It's a 12-year-old. Around the time that Celeste went missing, community members were openly discussing claims that, oh my God. So around the time she went missing, this would have been last year, April 2024, community members in the Discord, the David Discord, 12 and 11-year-olds are in your Discord. The Discord got to go unless people are going to take some extremely serious accountability over what's being said in it and posted. This all started for me with the Mr. Beast stuff. You remember there was like child material, or excuse me, let me not speak out of turn. There was pornographic material. I do not know if children were in it. It was pornographic material, but it was being shared in groups on Discord where there were children. There were people under the age of 18. That's how I remember it being told. I don't remember, I never went in the Discord, but that's how it was described. And ever since then, I'm like, what the is going on in these Discords? And it just keeps getting worse and worse. And when I say Discord, I mean, it's also Telegram. It's also Telegram and Signal and stuff, but really Discord is like this group forum. It's kind of like Reddit off of a website. Around the time that this child, who was 12 or 13, 13 or 14 at the time. She was 13 or 14 at the time, around the time she went missing. Community members were openly discussing claims that David and this girl Celeste, were in a relationship. Kylie said he has a GF. Billy, pretty sure he's dating someone. Kylie, what? Or no, someone responds to Kylie, what? Yeah, her name is Celeste. This was a month, less than a month before she went missing. Her name is Celeste. David has a girlfriend. Her name is Celeste. Now add this up with the mother of Celeste saying Celeste said her boyfriend's name was David. Okay, so we have people saying David's dating somebody and his girlfriend's name is Celeste. We have people saying, this is just last year, we have people saying that she went missing, but she was dating somebody and his name was David. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. And she would have been at that time 13. And in March, on March 28th, 2024, Celeste would have been 13. She did not turn 14 till September. So when she went missing, she's 13, and it was months and months go by, she's 13. Okay. She's found after her 15th birthday would have passed, but I believe that her body was sitting there before the birthday. I think she died when she was 14. This reminds me of like all those young girls we heard about, like even Elvis. Like, didn't he adopt somebody at 14, 15 years old so he could take her out on the road on tour? I'm starting to have questions. Now, I'll be honest. When I first heard about this case, I thought this kid was getting set up because I was fresh off the Tory Lanez case, which I'm still covering. But now I'm just like, anything can be set up. He's allegedly apparently working with the authorities, but his show, his next show on his tour he's on, has been canceled. Celeste, the victim's mother, has previously alleged that her daughter was connected to someone named David. She noted similarities between tattoos worn by both the daughter and the singer. Reports in Reuters and BBC News state that investigators are reviewing these claims, but no charges have been filed. The LA County Medical Examiner has listed the cause of death as deferred, while further tests are conducted. Police confirmed that the case remains active. Public reaction has been swift. Some social media users have described the resurfaced messages as concerning and have urged others to share evidence with authorities. One ex-user notes how last year someone mentioned her name in his Discord server and it became their last message, implying that they got banned by David or someone. Interesting. Okay. So somebody last year mentioned Celeste's name in the Discord And all of a sudden that person, didn't ever respond to anything else or say anything else ever again in the Discord. So it implies maybe that the person was being banned. Like, don't talk about Celeste in here. Here's another Discord message from right after Celeste turned 14 last year, August 16th, 2024. About a year ago, a year and a month. Drop the one with the missing girl, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The Discord chats have intensified scrutiny and sparked debate about the risks of online interactions between minors and adults. Because when they met, he might have been under 18. He might not have. When they met, he might have been, 17 or whatever. However, when she was 14 last year, 13 and 14 last year, really she was 13 for most of the year. And she's been 14 for most of this year. She just turned 15 this month, and I think she was dead before then, okay? So he would have been over 18 for the last full, almost 3 years. Soon as he turned over 18, he's an adult. So it would be not very good for him if he had been engaging in a romantic or sexual relationship with her, because she would have been 13 last year. 13. She turned 14 last year. I just can't get over it. The Discord chats have intensified scrutiny and sparked debate about the risks of online interactions between minors and adults, especially in light of reports that David's Discord community was aware of the relationship between them during which Celeste was a minor. On Reddit, so this is not Discord anymore. Now we're on Reddit. On Reddit, a user also reported that Celeste's friends were bribed into silence by David when she was in 8th grade. So this is on Reddit. Okay, consider the source. This could be a bot. But I'm going to read it. It's in this article. Alpha Tango Cheesecake said, this guy is a PDF file from what I've heard. My sister, who is now in the 9th grade, told me that he was dating an 8th grader. Let's call her C. And she would go on trips with him to LA. They're all in 9th grade now. And it turns out that C, I guess that's supposed to be implying that it's Celeste. Celeste's friends knew. And he would pay them to keep their mouth shut. C has been missing for over a month now. And no one knows her whereabouts. Definitely something strange going on. Now, I don't know when this post is from. It says it was edited an hour ago. So it's supposed to be looking like it's from last year, but we just really can't be sure with this evidence. I wouldn't really take that one with too much. I would take it with a grain of salt. However, very interesting that we're talking about Discord servers, Discord chats, and grooming of minors, because that's pretty much been the hill that I've been shouting from and am prepared to die on at any moment, okay? It's going on the internet. Just as someone pointed out earlier, you don't meet somebody, you don't just meet random kids. How did he meet her? Now, I am not saying personally, I do not know this man from Adam. I've never met him. I've never spoken to him. I don't think it's right or fair to, pin all this on him. Anything could be anything. Look, Sugar Sage said Discord had me almost on a plane to New York. Wow. N9N4 says David was over 5 years older than her. Her date of birth is September in 2010, while David's is March 2005. 5.5 years, like almost 5.5 years, 5 years, 5 months. Now, I don't know if they were dating or not. This is just kind of this is speculation, what people are doing. And I'm just reading you what has been speculated. Let me show you this video. There was part in it about Discord.
Investigation on the West Coast. Authorities say they were called to an impound lot in Hollywood after someone noticed a foul odor coming from a car. Once inside, they discovered wrapped in plastic. The car, which was a Tesla that belonged to a singer and Queens native who goes by the name David, spelled with A for period.
1 week after the news captured police towing away what David claimed was his stolen Tesla, new evidence was released. Today on September 18th, the news wrote, the person found in singer David's Tesla has been identified as Celeste Rivas, who was reported missing on April 5th, 2024. David has canceled his tour stop in Seattle that was originally scheduled for tonight. Then only a few hours later, it was updated. California police are currently locating famous artist David for arrest. Police have questions about his relationship with the person found inside of his Tesla. More to come. The police would open an evidence file against David. Here's what's inside it. Beginning with Celeste and his relationship, where Celeste is seen hanging out with David.
Okay. Again, take this with a grain of salt. I do want to answer this question or address it. Goal Digger said, what's the age for Discord? Is it 18 years and older? No. Anybody 13 and up can make a Discord. Now, there are like ways to, make stuff where you do have to verify by saying, yes, I'm over 18. There are 18 plus message boards or whatever, but no, I think you can, as long as you're 13. Now, this guy is saying they've opened a case on David. I don't know if that's true, but he does go over the Discord, like the rumors about the Discord stuff. So I wanted to play this video for that reason.
David during a Twitch stream, waving her hand with two ponytails.
Let me go back.
More to come. The police would open an evidence file against David. Here's what's inside it. Beginning with Celeste and his relationship.
That's
Celeste
them
is seen
apparently
hanging out
together.
with David during a Twitch stream, waving her hand with two ponytails.
Yeah, that water. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Where it was noted this could be one of the last moments ever seen of Celeste on camera. She's also wearing the same Gap sweater that she was wearing during a photo that was taken of her by one of her friends, confirming that it was her. But not only that, the glasses that she is wearing in the Twitch stream are the exact same glasses she was wearing while on FaceTime with David, where she is in the same room with David while on FaceTime with one of her girlfriends. This raises the question of who is Celeste to David? In Discord messages from his fan server, David messaged in 2022, is Celeste in here? She responded, hi David, Mark. As the news would write shortly after, there's Discord messages of a timeline revealing David was dating Celeste when she was 12 years old. He was 17. Her last message on Discord was 3 months before she went missing in 2024. However, the fan Discord created by David was a real issue. Male friends of David were frustrated because they felt like they didn't get the same attention that David would give certain girls.
This is weird.
The server wrote back and forth, he only adds certain girls. I know, right? I'm not joking either. To even another conversation that says, David only talks to women from the server. Oh, bro is like that. But they're also usually 15 to 16. Excuse me while I can't say certain words on here, but you definitely get the idea. This is a very reputable source as well. In 2022, the man with the Discord conversations was actually friends with David, and they even made music together. But here's where it gets very strange. The police would stumble upon a Reddit thread that would go viral in the moments of the Tesla being found. Mind you, at this point, there was never an announcement made of who was inside of the car. It reads, this guy is a weirdo. A close friend's sister from my area ran away last year, and this is who she was with. We think her sister was letting her go around.
This is a totally different Reddit comment. Now, look, I don't like Reddit. I don't like, what is American Strawberry? These people could be anybody. It could be literally robot computer programs. Okay. So I don't want to take that as if it is news. However, I do want to just take note of it because this is a totally different Reddit comment than the one we already read, which is like this guy was paying off friends and the girl with the letter C was missing. Look at this. American Strawberry said this guy is a weirdo. This came out like last week. And whenever it was announced that his car was the one that the body was found in, or his car was registered to him, that is apparently when this Reddit post was made. This guy is a weirdo. A close friend's blank sister from the IE ran away last year. It's again, y'all, it's the runaways. It's just bringing me back to Nova. It's bringing me back to, the video I made about her, the video I'm still working now, this part 2. It's reminding me of, the 1983 documentary. Yes, it was a documentary that I watched. This is children. And they being groomed. And they're the ones that are being taken advantage of are the ones that are the most vulnerable. I watched an interview with a PDF file one time. Like he just did like a candid interview. It was years and years and years ago he did the interview, but it's available on YouTube. And I'll never forget the question that the interviewer asked and the answer he gave, and I'm paraphrasing, but he said something, the question was like, was there anything that would deter you? Was there anything that would make you not mess with a little kid? Like what would stop you? He said, I would never mess with, I'm paraphrasing here, anybody who had an aggressive or hyper present father. Basically, the guy was like, if I thought the dad would beat me up, then I would not mess with that person's kid. And it just is another reason why I harp and harp and harp on like how my dad was and how he would protect us and stuff, because like it's also like from their mouths. Am I saying David is a PDF file? No. I personally have not seen a shred of evidence that he has done anything wrong or illegal. Okay. I will say the circumstantial evidence don't look good. But the circumstantial evidence did not look good for Tory Lanez either. And I now believe that a lot of that stuff was actually just lies and or mistruths and or inaccurate reporting, et cetera, et cetera. So me personally, I'm going to hold out like judgment of being like, this guy belongs below the jail. He was in fact and indeed on tour out of the state when all of the relevant things that we know about happened, as far as we know. So I don't think we should run with our pitchforks to go like accuse a 20-year-old young man of something that I haven't seen really any evidence that he did. If he was at his house that day or something like that, that's one thing. So I do want to just keep making that disclaimer. However, I know for a fact that young people are being groomed on Discord for all kinds of stuff, but a big percentage of it is SUL exploitation, blackmail, extortion, just gratification, manipulation, radicalization. This is what's happening online. And a lot of it is foreign interference, other people's intelligence agencies just trying to get intelligence on our kids over here in the US, trying to mess up our kids over here in the US. This is all public. This specific stuff is public information. But look at this Reddit. This guy is a weirdo. A close friend's sister from the IE ran away last year. This is who she was with. So he had a little troop of little girls, apparently, according to this random Reddit comment. We think her sister was blanking her out. So her sister was basically her manager. Starts with a P. She was in 7th grade at the time. LAPD sweeped his place in the Hollywood Hills. So this is some other time. I'm blank. I'm something. That's who's in the car. I guess he's saying I'm thinking that's who's in the car. Nobody has heard from her in months. I won't release names until I won't release names because she's still a minor. But she was from Lake Elsinore. Okay, so that's a totally different comment than the other one we just read.
She was in the 7th grade at the time. The LAPD sweeped his place in the hills. I'm terrified that's who is in the car. Nobody has heard from her in months. I won't release names, but she is from Lake Elsinore. This comment would end up being correct. What's even crazier is the Lake Elsinore area that was mentioned in the Reddit thread, police were able to connect it to a photo of David literally in a parking lot handing out money to people Celeste's age, where academics would even write. TMZ has confirmed that this photo shows singer David near the area where Celeste lived before she disappeared and was later found in the back of David's Tesla.
This picture is allegedly showing David right there handing something or holding something. But what they're trying to say, look, TMZ, this is academics TV. TMZ has confirmed that this photo shows singer David near the area where Celeste lived before she disappeared, and her body was later found in the back of a Tesla. The user who posted the picture alleges that David was paying people to keep Celeste's age a secret. So somebody got a receipt. A receipt picture is what they're trying to tell me. Okay, so let's read a few of these TMZ articles. LAPD searches home. Okay, so that one was, let me see which one I want to read first. Authorities identify the body found in the car. Mother tells TMZ it's her missing daughter. So this is a TMZ exclusive. That's why I am on TMZ, because TMZ, for whatever reason, the mother of this 14-year-old girl has been interviewing with TMZ. So I would definitely like to hear what the mother of the child is saying. The person whose body was found has been identified as Celeste Rivas. And TMZ has spoken to her mother, who says she had a boyfriend named David. Celeste was 15, or I think she was 14, because she most likely died before her 15th birthday. TMZ got a tip that the victim was a young girl who had gone missing from Lake Elsinore, California in April last year. TMZ contacted Celeste's mother, who told us she felt the body found in the Tesla might be her daughter's. She said the police description, which included a tattoo on her finger with the letters shh, matched her daughter's. TMZ forwarded that information to the LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division. So basically a government, entity, TMZ, is basically telling you that they get involved. They stick their nose in the middle of investigations, but whatever. I digress. She was wearing black leggings, a tube top, and 2 pieces of jewelry, a metal stud earring, and a metal chain bracelet in the shape of a W. What is this freak walking by him? Oh my God. Ugh. This thing right here, we have to stop letting things like this go around our children. Seriously, it's time. It's time. Cops have been working vigorously to identify the victim, ever since ascertain. They should have said ascertain or something else. Identify the victim's identity. No. Cops had been working vigorously to ascertain the victim's identity ever since the body parts were found. This was last week inside a Tesla Hollywood impound lot, where it was towed after it was found abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. Now, there's also, in my opinion, let's not forget, some very weird stuff going on with that impound lot stuff just in general. From what I understand, the cops were supposed to do a search for a safety inventory search, just make sure that there was no boom booms in the car or whatever before they took it into their possession. They did not do that, it appears, because had they done so, they would have opened the front trunk and saw that there was a dismembered body in there. But I don't know. The car has a Texas license plate and is registered to David. It was never reported stolen. David has been on tour and is continuing to perform, and our sources say he is cooperating with the cops. Now, he did cancel his most recent show, or his most immediately upcoming show. Then we start getting other exclusive information from TMZ. Tesla, this is from yesterday, 8 in the morning. Tesla body. David and the victim have matching tattoos. Look at his finger. It says shh. 1 S, 3 H's, and a few periods. I can't count how many. I think it might be 3. He's got a shh tattoo on his finger. Singer David has a tattoo on his finger with the letters shh. And the young girl's body found in his Tesla has the same tattoo. As TMZ reported, the body has now been identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. Authorities said she had a tattoo on her right index finger with the letters shh, 1 S, 3 H's, and 3 ellipses. Or I think it's 1 ellipsis. In any event, David's tattoo is also on his exact same finger, the same exact finger. And it says it right there. So when you put your finger up, it says shh. So if I had my finger like this, it would be right here. And who signed for the 15-year-old, 14-year-old, 13-year-old, however old she was, to get the tattoo? TMZ spoke with Celeste's mom last week. She told us about her daughter's tattoo, adding that hers was in red ink. The mom said Celeste had been missing for more than a year, but she was suspicious of the Tesla discovery because she said Celeste's boyfriend's name was David. There's Rihanna has the same tattoo. TMZ contacted LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division and forwarded contact information for Celeste's mom. The tattoo is not unique. Rihanna popularized it when she put the tattoo on her right index finger back in 2008. But girl, that ain't how I'm seeing it. I'm put a one in the chat if that ain't how you seeing it either. That Rihanna just popularized a random tattoo that she pulled out of the clear blue freaking sky. Why was that tattoo? I mean, I've heard someone say this before. I don't remember. I couldn't possibly remember who it was. But that like famous people who are trafficked also are branded. They also have certain, they'll have a mole tattoo just put on. Like it won't even be a real mole or whatever. Like, I don't know if that's true. I never verified that information, but these are things that come up in my mind. Like Rihanna has a tattoo and David has a tattoo. And the girl that just got found, her body got found in David's trunk, got a tattoo. Then I found out about this one girl who was missing a finger when they found her. Did she have a tattoo? Well, we'll never know because the finger's missing. So the fact he has the tattoo as well makes me think that he's not the leader of this. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? The fact that he has the tattoo makes me think he's not the leader of whoever is the tattoo, the putting the tattoos on the finger people. Now, maybe everybody just wants to be like Rihanna. Maybe TMZ is right. I don't know. I would have to ask them. Lindsay Lohan and Lily Allen having the same tattoo does not help ease my mind. Lindsay Lohan was one of the people who was alleged to have been like a high, very highly, visible victim, getting passed around to rich, people. I won't even mention who, but I don't know if that's true. She seems to be just fine today. Okay. So I'm not saying it's necessarily true, but this was April 2024, right when Celeste went missing. As for David, we looked at photos back in April through the beginning of August 2024, and he did not have that tattoo. As for David, we looked at photos in April through the beginning of August 2024, and he didn't have the tattoo. The first tattoo, wow. The first time that TMZ was able to find the tattoo on David was September last year, which would have been when this girl turned 14. She turned 14 in September 2024. David has been out on tour for a while. He has not been in LA for more than a month. Police have not revealed who was driving the Tesla before it was left on a Hollywood street and impounded September 5th. So if her body was already in the trunk on September 5th, she was 14 when she died. They impounded it on September 5th. Her birthday is September 7th. So unless like the LAPD let somebody in to put her body in the trunk, the body was probably already in the trunk before she got there. She's 14, like I said. They calling her a 15-year-old. I'm not. Police have not said if they have a suspect. We reached out to David's rep, who said they do not want to interfere with the ongoing police investigation and they would not comment. So then this came out this morning. This is not an exclusive, but there's been a development today. LAPD searches the home or a home near the site of the abandoned Tesla, and items were seized. The case involving a chopped up, I'm not even reading that, in a Tesla belonging to a singer David is intensifying. LAPD searched a home in the affluent neighborhood where the car was abandoned. So there they are searching the home. According to ABC7, a swarm of officers spent several hours at a Hollywood Hills home Wednesday night, that's last night, and seized a computer, among other items. For the moment, it's unclear whether the evidence is connected to David's Tesla. As TMZ reported, the body was found in the front trunk of the Tesla owned by David and has now been identified as Celeste Rivas. The Tesla was abandoned in the Hollywood Hills neighborhood and was impounded 2 weeks ago. An odor emanating from the vehicle in a Hollywood tow yard prompted the discovery of the body on September 8th. So she died when she was 14. TMZ got a tip last week. Celeste was the victim. We contacted her mother. The mother said Celeste had a boyfriend named David, and the mother was suspicious because police had said the victim had a tattoo on her right index finger. So TMZ got the tip before the cops and reached out to this lady. That's really weird. The mother said her daughter had the same tattoo. TMZ says, we then contacted LAPD's robbery homicide division and gave them the mom's name and phone number. Look at the tattoo. Now, this tattoo did not show up on his finger until the same month that she turned 14. So my question, just immediately, the first question comes to my mind, which everybody is innocent until proven guilty. The question that comes to my mind is, did they get these tattoos as matching tattoos for her birthday? Does that really make a difference whether they did or not? I mean, I don't know. I think it would be interesting information to know. Yes or no? Are these real diamonds? You think they're real diamonds? Yes or no? Teeth are beautiful. Beautiful teeth. Probably didn't grow them himself, but if they did, wow. Excellent. TMZ discovered David also has a tattoo on his right index finger. David canceled his show last night. We believe he flew to LA yesterday morning. Okay, so TMZ is reporting that David flew in yesterday morning, and he canceled his show last night. Her birthday keeps coming up, so I would guess yes. I know. Whenever I saw this tattoo, Kay Gonzalez, I said, get out your Illuminati bingo card. Get out your Illuminati bingo card. And then he did this. He did one of these too in the picture with her, or whatever he did. You know, this is apparently one of them they do. I said it. Get out the Illuminati bingo card. I sure did say it. When did his tour start? Great question, Belinda. Let me look that up. When did D4vD tour start? It started this year, but when? July 30th, 2025. The tour started, according to Google. The Withered tour for 2025 began July 30th, 2025 at the Warfield. The Withered tour at the Warfield. I mean, it's demonic. And I just rebuke. I rebuke. The tour supports his debut album, Withered, which was released April 2025. So his birthday's in March, too. So he would have just turned 20. First show was July. And then she's found basically less than 2 months later. Pretty much about a month. She could have died a month after his first tour show. Again, I don't know who did it. I'm not saying he did it, but again, just want to remind you, his biggest song is called Romantic Homicide. There's a dead girl in the bed. There's knives. How does someone's body become dismembered? I would imagine knives or salt. Sometimes I don't want to get too graphic. I don't really want to think about it too hard. Thank you, Desert F117A. They apparently met on Discord and everyone knew. I saw that allegation. Thank you, Jay, for the $4.99. In the Genius interview for that song, he says, I didn't physically kill her, as if we needed that clarification. Whew, thank you for the $4.99. Thank you for the $1.99, Joy. He also tweeted 67 a week ago. Look up the meaning of 67. But 67 is like extremely popular among the Gen Alphas right now. Like, I follow this teacher on TikTok and he's like, he had a counter and he counted kids saying 6-7 like 50 times, 75 times or something in a day. So it is kind of like the brain rot language right now, the 67. So I'm not going to say that that's necessarily like indicative that it's good to know. It's good to have an idea of it in my mind for a point, but I am trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, everyone's basically saying he's guilty, and frankly, he just may not be. I really don't know. It's not looking good. I could say that. Thank you so much to Butterfly Goddess for the $4.99 super sticker. Thank you, B Babe, for the $1.49 super sticker. Butterfly Goddess gave me a $4.99 super sticker. Thank you so much for that $4.99 super sticker. Thanks so much to Mandarins91 for the $5 super chat. I'm so glad you came on because I know you will go through all the legit details. Thank you for breaking this down. BJ, love you. Thanks so much, Mandarins91 for the $5. Love you, mean it. Okay. Right. I know. If 6'7" is bad, Lil Wayne, he had us all. He had us all. Yeah, 6'7". It doesn't really mean anything. Sugar Sage said, I saved all my Discord for later details. That's good to know. Tony, my cousin Tony, my Uncle Tony, he said he might not have done the act, but I am guessing he definitely had some part. We will see. We will definitely see. Okay, so what else do I have here that I wanted to go over? What other developments did we have? They're saying there's no evidence a crime was committed. Girl, what are you talking about? Let me just pull that up. I was like, hold on. What are you talking about? She cut herself up?
A shocking case. In fact, investigators have now identified the teenage girl found dead in a car owned by singer David. KCAL's Nicole Comstock went to Lake Elsinore tonight, where the young girl's family reported her missing last year.
This young lady's family told us earlier this afternoon that they didn't want to talk about this, which is completely understandable because it's obvious that they're going through a really traumatic time right now. But Lake Elsinore is a really tight-knit community, and many here knew this young girl. They say they just hope that at the end of the day, the truth about what happened to her comes to light. It's a somber night in Lake Elsinore after residents learned that a local girl named Celeste Rivas, who went missing early last year, has now been identified as the 15-year-old girl found dead in the trunk of a Tesla in Hollywood that's reportedly registered to the singer-songwriter David.
I feel sad for her family too.
Eli Nadef owns the market around the corner from her family's home and says Rivas used to come in all the time for candy until she stopped coming in sometime last year.
It's sad for the kids. They get lost. The kids get lost by the social media. Even I'm a parent. I'm fighting the war to raise my kids.
Rivas's brother would only say that his family was grieving this afternoon. The singer's representatives reportedly said he was cooperating with investigators last week while he continued his world tour. But tonight, his concert in Seattle was canceled. The LA County Sheriff's Department is still saying that there are no persons of interest in this case, going as far as to say that at this point, there's no evidence that a crime did or did not occur. But many in this community have.
Did this lady just say the police said there's no evidence a crime occurred? Because that's how I heard it. There's no evidence a crime occurred? Girl, I'm willing to go so far. And I'm not shooting the messenger either because she did say the police went so far as to say. Please. How did what? The whole entire LAPD needs to be fired. Every single person. The person who changes the freaking trash can liners needs to be fired. Every person who gets a check from LAPD needs to be fired and move out of the city. There's no evidence a crime took place. That's the level of confidence I have that these buffoons are going to figure out what happened not only to this baby child, but many thousands of others. There are many, many Celestes missing, Novas missing. There are many missing children. And it ain't all little girls, and little girls aren't the only ones being sexually exploited or abused either. A crime obviously occurred. Exactly. It is insane that they would say something so crazy and insane. Grade A, BS, indeed. Come on. I am absolutely on board for them to say there is no evidence that David committed a crime. We have no evidence that he committed a crime. We do not need to be putting all of this on a 20-year-old, very young man who's probably under immense stress and pressure. I would allow them to go that far. That's true. We don't know. I think we all know a crime was committed. How did her first of all, how did her body get dismembered? She did it herself? Lake Elsinore, Riverside County, and LAPD, all three? We're never going to get to the bottom of this. Never. Where's Emmanuel Harrow's body? Real quick. It's the gold base of Scientology. The hometown where she's from, which is far away from Hollywood. Let me look it up. How far away from Hollywood is Lake Elsinore? 2 hours. Hour 53 minutes. That's with traffic. It's 75 miles away. Here. Look. That's the route you got to take, all right? This is not close by. So who had the body in a I just have questions. But the hometown where she's from is also the home of Scientology's gold base. The de facto international headquarters of the Church of Scientology is this girl's hometown. You think anything goes on in Clearwater or Lake Elsinore without the approval of Scientology? They own a lot of real estate and stuff, don't you know? The heavily guarded gold base compound comprises about 50 buildings surrounded by high fences topped with blades. High fences topped with blades. Hold on. All kind of stuff is flashing before my eyes. First of all, it just reminded me of this necklace. That barbed wire. It also reminded me of this from his music video. Oh, there's also the Celeste song I want to go over with y'all. When he's walking, is this the gold base? That's what I want to know. When he's walking, what does he drag? Looks like he's dragging a body. Look at that. What's he dragging? Oh, it's a suitcase. Looks like he's dragging a suitcase that has a body in it. They've got him blindfolded. This is another get your Illuminati bingo card. They'll drop you out somewhere with no phone, no map, and they'll blindfold you unless they make your way back. But look, this is when they said blades on top of the fence. It was reminding me of this. You see that? What is this barbed wire fence? I'm not saying he's in Lake Elsinore. I'm just saying imagery, symbolism, it is powerful. And they do use it, whether you believe in it or not. They do. And obviously, these people are deranged and unhinged. Whoever it was that hacked this poor girl up, who was 14 at the time, who knows what crazy stuff they doing and believe in. The property of the gold-based Scientology had previously been a popular Inland Empire spa resort called Gilman Hot Springs. It was established in the 1890s. However, the resort went bankrupt in the late 70s due to changes in American vacation habits. Bought for cash in 1978 by Scientology under the alias of the Scottish Highland Quietude Club. Get out your Illuminati bingo card, girl. Get your Freemason bingo card right out because we got the Scottish Highlanders out here. It has been developed and expanded considerably. Gold Base houses numerous Scientology organizations and subsidiaries, including its in-house media production division, Golden Era Productions. That's a Scientology organization. I'm wondering if Wonderland Production is one of those. That's what I want to know. Has its own movie studio on the site. Senior church officials live and work here. Okay, so where does David Miscavige actually live? Just so happens to be the hometown of this girl with the tattoo that went missing when she was 13 years old. Apparently, he recently relocated to Clearwater, so he don't live there anymore, according to Wiki. It's also the location of a $10 million mansion built for Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard. Although he never lived there before his death in 1986, the mansion and his living quarters are still maintained in anticipation for his predicted reincarnation. A number of prominent Scientologists has visited the base. According to some of the former members of Scientology, conditions within the gold base are harsh. Staff members receive sporadic paychecks of up to most $50, working 7 days a week, being subjected to punishments for failing to meet work quotas. Media reports have stated that around 100 people a year try to escape. Around 100 people a year try to escape from the base, but most are soon retrieved by pursuit teams. Doesn't this sound kind of like yimping and yandering by another name, everybody? Put a 1 in the chat if you think so. Despite many accounts of mistreatment from ex-members, law enforcement investigations and lawsuits against Scientology have been thwarted by First Amendment guarantee of religious freedom and the church's ability to rely on ministerial exemptions in employment law. Scientology denies mistreatment and calls the base the ideal setting for professional and spiritual growth. When they run away, they get tracked down by pursuit teams. That's interesting. Maybe that has nothing at all to do with this case, but it's interesting. One of the videos features a body being put in the trunk of a car.
I want to get you to an update here. Really bizarre story in Southern California. The body found in singer David's Tesla has been identified as a missing teen girl. Her remains were discovered in the trunk of that Tesla in a tow lot in Hollywood. We want to go out right now to Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez with the very latest in this investigation. Christina, what can you tell us tonight?
Well, we're in Lake Elsinore. That teenager, her name Celeste Rivas, she was 13 years old when she was last seen leaving this home back in April of 2024. Now, her family had no idea that her case could be connected to the Tesla until they get a call from TMZ last week. Now, keep in mind, right now, David, the artist, he is not considered a suspect. He's not considered a person of interest. We're told he is cooperating, but he canceled his tour date in Seattle, the next one. And people here are saying, what's going on? So let's show you. Few words from those arriving at the Lake Elsinore home where 15-year-old Celeste Rivas disappeared in April of 2024. Her family has just found out that it is her partially dismembered body that was found in the trunk of a Tesla registered to popular singer-songwriter David Anthony Burke, known by the stage name David. TMZ broke the girl's identification after speaking to her mother.
It was a very heart-wrenching conversation. She was very upset and said that all she knew is that, her daughter had been missing all of this time. She told us that she was aware that there was a boyfriend named David.
And that her daughter had a tattoo with the letters "sh" on her right index finger.
That the color of the ink of that tattoo was red, which was something that police had not released.
That's interesting. Okay, that is interesting. The timeline is starting to appear a little bit. Her mom knew about her tattoo, but remember, she went missing and has been missing since April 2024. That was last year. So she had the tattoo first. If she had the tattoo by April 2024 in red ink, David got the tattoo according to TMZ. They didn't find a picture of him with the tattoo until August 2024. So she didn't get it with him on her birthday unless TMZ's just didn't find it, or he was wearing makeup on his finger. That could have been what it was, covering it up. Maybe it seems as though she had already had the tattoo when she went missing, because her mom did say to TMZ she had a tattoo that said "shh" with the red ink. And if she went missing, it's like she's been missing since April. Like, let's say she came back home in August, then she wouldn't have been missing since April. She would have been missing since August. So she had the tattoo first, is what I'm hearing from these details.
To the public.
The singer, who has been cooperating with police, had continued his tour after the body was discovered, but he just canceled his next date in Seattle.
But it just seemed odd to us that, gosh, your car, such a grisly discovery in your car, and that you're just out on tour, you would think that, you'd want to find out what happened here, because this is just a very bizarre case.
Especially because one of his videos actually features a body being put in the trunk of a car.
It's just eerie considering what ended up happening in David's car.
I just hope that the truth comes forward.
Celeste's neighbors on the street she grew up at.
Justicia.
Justice is what family and friends are asking for.
Whatever happened could happen to someone else, and it's just scary.
Now, we have reached out to David's people, no response from them. He was cooperating. LAPD is not naming him a suspect at this point or a person of it.
And that is very important. If the LAPD isn't naming him a person of interest or a suspect, we shouldn't assume he's guilty. We don't know all the facts. I certainly don't. Maybe one of y'all does. But then we have some more evidence. Okay. We have some more information. Oh, the Express Tribune. The singer David leaked images with Celeste Rivas. This raises questions amid Tesla death investigation. So it does appear like she might have been even trying to maybe hide her identity in this picture. Like, oh man, like I don't want to put anything on this young man that he didn't do and that he's not responsible for. I've seen people be falsely accused. But something about these pictures just really reminds me of the Whoa Vicky pictures. Like, it almost looks like, why is it that his face gets to show, but not hers? I would really hate to see this be, part of a larger, like, human trafficking, child trafficking ring. That would really suck. The faces he makes in these pictures, he looks, fast and grown, as they say, which to me, because he is such a young man, makes me believe that he might have also been in this cycle of abuse. Like, a lot of times these young men have to try to act all grown and hard and it's like, you're a baby. The music industry is not, and Hollywood in general is just not anything I would ever want anybody I care about to be involved in any way. I mean, almost nobody makes it out unscathed. Covering the faces again. Why? Because she's a missing child. The music industry remains in shock after the LA County Medical Examiner confirmed the remains of a 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. They were discovered in a Tesla registered to singer David Anthony Burke, professionally known as David. The vehicle found abandoned in the Hollywood Hills on September 8th and later towed contained Rivas's decomposed body. She'd been missing since April of last year, according to TMZ. Police are investigating the case as a homicide, with the cause of death still listed as deferred. The case has intensified speculation about David's personal life. Celeste's mother told TMZ that her daughter was dating someone named David before she vanished. Adding to the scrutiny, both David and Celeste reportedly had the word "shh" tattooed on their right index fingers, a design also worn by several celebrities. To me, I'm not thinking, oh, that's because it's so trendy. I'm thinking it's because they're being trafficked by the same people. I mean, I'm just going to say the white part out loud. I'm just going to say it. Who are the people? I don't know. David is also being, or was. I think that this is the brand. The RICO indictment, how the pimps will brand their property. Kind of hard to, hide a finger tattoo. Why do celebrities actually have all those hand tattoos, come to think of it? Like, oh, they don't want to mess up their face. Okay, but they want to mess up their hands? You can never hide a hand tattoo. They have no tattoo anywhere else on their body but a hand tattoo. It's kind of giving pimp branding. I'm just going to start saying the quiet part out loud. I just can't beat around the bush anymore. Who's trafficking the people with the tattoo? Who has a file? Authorities have not confirmed any relationship between the two, but social media has fueled further controversy. A demo track. First on the scene when Brittany was picked up by the ambulance. TMZ. Yeah. I mean, and y'all, some of y'all might have a tattoo. I remember people had a mustache tattoo. It's not just a tattoo. I'm sure millions of people have a tattoo because of Rihanna alone. It's the tattoo. It's a matching tattoo. It's the fact she turned up missing. It's the fact she was missing for a year. It's the fact she died when she's 14. It's like a lot of stuff plus the tattoo. Where she was found, where she was living, all of that. Again, it's not just a hand tattoo. It's not just a tattoo. Just a hand tattoo and just a tattoo is not the point. What I'm saying is celebrities spend so much money, time, and teams of people spend money and time to make them look perfect, to make them look adaptable to be different characters, even within a music video, much less a movie. So it's not like you and me having a tattoo. I have 4 or 5 tattoos. It's not about me and you. It's not about what me and you have. I'm talking about the context of Hollywood and celebrities and child trafficking that's happening over there. So yeah, a lot of people have a hand tattoo. A lot of people have a hand tattoo. I'm talking about the larger context of it, plus all those other, plus more items that are already, variables already listed. And this RICO indictment saying that the pimps are branding people. When people have a whole bunch of people have the exact same tattoo and they all are in the music industry and they all possibly are managed by similar people or not, that's when I start looking in that direction. A demo track by David called Celeste surfaced online in recent days with lyrics describing obsession towards someone with the same name. At the same time, leaked photos circulating on X appear to show the singer alongside a girl resembling Celeste. These images have gone viral, but they have not been confirmed as being her. David is so cooked. I'm not going to lie. Hello Kitty Crocs, probably these when she went missing. That does not look like her. Who is this? Again, this specific look is giving online, is giving gamer, it's giving 764, it's giving terror cult. I'm sorry, it is. I'm not saying he's in one. But just, there's a certain sort of like type of style and a look that kids dress like whenever they're in a group. We remember it. We remember wearing 3 polos stacked up, couldn't even breathe. The polos were so tight with the big Hollister hoodie and the bell bottoms that your butt crack showed in if you bent over too low. All of us were wearing that. It was very uncomfortable. It looked stupid, but we were all wearing it. The guys at school couldn't even walk. They had to physically hold their pants up. Remember like the era of like extreme sagging where the waistline would start right about the kneecap. That was silly looking and not efficient, but I didn't do that. But our friends, we did it to be cool. There's certain like ways that you look to fit in with your group. Okay. This is a certain look. This is a certain style choice. Okay. It's the rings, it's the chain around the neck, it's collars, it's pink, it's demonifying little girl stuff. That's what it really is. You'll see like black and rock and dark black nails, but then like a hot pink hat and a hot pink croc and a Hello Kitty and a little fluffy bag. It's like truly like, I think defacing youth. Defacing innocence is what I think it is. I don't think they think about it when they're putting their clothes on. Just like we didn't think about the fact that they were like trying to sexualize little girls when we were wearing what we were wearing. We were just trying to be cool. So I'm not, he's 20 years old. He's like just now basically just got out of like being a baby himself, like a few years ago. He is a legal adult. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying for me personally, I'm not going to be like, oh, he knows what he's doing exactly with this wardrobe choice. Let's go back to that article. So this, is this David? Is this not? I couldn't tell you. Is there proof somewhere that that's his? I don't know. I don't know if that's him. These photos, apparently, this does look like her, but it's hard to tell because of course, we can't see her face. David's posts and reposts on TikTok. This man was dropping signs the whole time Celeste was missing. Hello Kitty. So he was letting her mom know, I have your daughter. Is that what's going on here? Is that what this account is trying to say? This man was dropping signs the whole time Celeste went missing. Maybe he just likes Hello Kitty. Me, if I see her talk with other dudes, look, he's chopping some meat up. And the girl was found chopped up. Me, if I see her talk to other dudes. Me, after hearing about her past with other boys. I'm jealous and utterly disgusted by her actions. So I don't know what this is. Imagine we were two cannibals in the late 80s who randomly met. And then we fell in love and tried to be better and start a life together. Then you died and I ate you, bones and all. Someone responded, what the is wrong with you? This is sick. It does say David reposted. Look, I mean, this could be doctored. This could be fake. But it says David reposted. Look, D4vD reposted. Imagine we're two blank in the 80s, randomly met, we fell in love and tried to be better and start a life together, and then you died and I ate your bones. Where are David's ancestors from? Because this is starting to give a little bit voodoo, a little bit hoodoo. One of them. And I listen, I know the Phoenicians and the Babylonians and the Mayans and all of them did it too. All right. So maybe he's one of them. Maybe he's a Phoenician. Maybe he's a Babylonian. I don't know. All right. So I'm not just calling out only voodoo, but like the bones, like there's like the focus on the bones is what tinged me off to voodoo. You know that one of the co-defendants in the Young Thug case was picked up and arrested by cops right in the middle of sacrificing a goat. Y'all knew that? And then Brian Steele, or one of them, pitched a fit to say that shouldn't be shown in court to the jury, and it indeed, and in fact, it wasn't. So this was done specifically, I mean, I read the reports. It was specifically attributed to like the Haitian voodoo. So y'all can, I mean, I rebuke personally. That shit don't work on me because I don't dabble in it. I don't go through an ancestor. I mean, shout out to them. They keep me safe every single day. But I communicate just with one, the one true God. So anybody need to talk to me, got to go through him or her or it, whatever. So that stuff doesn't affect me. And people who have tried know it doesn't, because it bounces right off of me and goes back to them, and then their throat chakra is messed up. So ask them. Him mentioning his girlfriend, though, talking about boys is common on his TikTok. He said that he poured boiling water on his girlfriend for telling another boy happy birthday. This is sick. Something's wrong with this kid if this is true. Okay, something's seriously wrong with him. Does he have parents? Probably not, because he's been in the music industry. They probably signed him over to somebody in a guardianship or something. I mean, I don't know. B-Babe, American Psycho. He holds a nail pew up to her head. This is sick. I'm going to tell you one thing. This is nasty on my soul. Golly. Okay. Yikes. Even. And he looks troubled. He looks like he's seen a few things. She probably has seen a few things as well, and she paid for it with her life. Look at this. David got upset when someone asked, who is the girl? Back in 2023. It was 12-year-old. No, 13. It was 13. 13-year-old Celeste, who was hiding or possibly being held captive. Now people are saying that she maybe was being held captive and kidnapped. Someone said, hey, who's the girl? And he said, you are a Fed with a bunch of D's. Oh, he's in trouble. He's going to be in some freaking trouble. He's going to be in some trouble. What is she holding? Somebody said, where's the full video? She looks scared in the picture. She's covering her face. Golly. Somebody said it reminds him of R. Kelly and Aaliyah. She was about 13 years old when R. Kelly started abusing her. In the annulment, her parents listed physical abuse among other offenses he committed against her, and he also made her have unalive a baby. Then she died in that strange crash. Now, I did make a video about the Aaliyah, the unexpected and tragic passing of Aaliyah on BJ Investigates. It's very, 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 very sinister. This is getting darker and more sinister as I read through. And then TMZ published this picture of him in the area. We examined a photo. It shows David interacting with another man who was holding a bag. Based on Google Maps, David was in Lake Elsinore, California, which is in Riverside County, 70 miles from downtown Los Angeles. So that's like a 2-hour drive if you were trying to do it right now. According to Google Maps, David was standing 0.3 miles from the home where Celeste was living with her family. 0.3 miles. He was standing down the block from where she was living. In this picture, this is that's in her neighborhood. 0.3 miles, you could probably hold your breath and walk that far. It's like right down the street. Like a block. According to Google Maps, he was 0.3 miles from the home where Celeste was living with her family before she disappeared back in April 2024. The place David was standing is a 6-minute walk to Celeste's family home. 6-minute walk, so you probably couldn't hold your breath. This don't look like her. If somebody just showed me that picture, I would be like, I don't know if that's her or not. But they saying that's her. And it does say Celeste and David, don't let me sleep. And look, that's the picture where I said, get out your Illuminati bingo card because he's doing this. This photo is circulating online, appearing to show David with a girl who looks remarkably like Celeste. Again, I don't know if that's her. The side-by-side looks like it could be her. But authorities have not confirmed that with TMZ. As TMZ reported, the body of the girl found in the Tesla owned by David has been identified as Celeste Rivas. TMZ got a tip last week that it was Celeste. We contacted the mother. Tattoo, it was in red ink. The mother said the daughter had the same tattoo. We then contacted the LAPD Robbery Homicide Division and gave them the mom's name and number. TMZ also discovered that David had he had a tattoo as well. Well, I mean, the gang's all here, everybody. We had, his dad's a lawyer. Great. Wonderful. Wonderful. Why do all the Scientologist kids die? That's what I want to know. Anyway, let me not get too ahead of myself. Very strange. All right. But the gang's all here. Discord, missing children, little girls being groomed, possibly little boys being groomed to do things to little girls when they get of a certain age. Possibly. I mean, that's what's kind of going off on my mind. I don't know though, because I didn't go over there and I don't know these people. Okay. So, oh man, what do y'all think? I mean, what did I miss? What did I miss over here? What else? I want to have everything that I have, all in one. Let me just look at the back end of something over here. Golly, I cannot believe this because I keep wanting to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I have all these strange feelings of something sinister about him. I'm sorry. I'm getting demonic possession vibes. I'm just not silencing myself for people anymore. I mean, I'm just not. But I get the feeling he just didn't fall out the coconut tree and decide to be doing this. I mean, I don't know what he did. What I do know is, it appears as though there is some type of history of them knowing each other. There's the Discord stuff. Celeste is the girlfriend. He got a girlfriend at Celeste. And then the other stuff, his own postings about, what I'm going to do if I see my girlfriend talking to another guy and he's chopping up meat with a knife. What? That's a bit much. That's a bit freaking much. Okay. Let me read some of what y'all are saying here. Thanks so much, Kel on Earth, for the $1 super chat. Thanks so much, Trish, for the $2 super chat. This is Riverside County. It's just as bad as LAPD. That's what I'm saying. You got the trifecta. You got Riverside, Lake Elsinore, anything being involved, and LAPD. Oh, nothing's ever going to happen. We're never going to find anything out. Scientology, the Illuminati, girl, Freemasons. I mean, whatever, whoever over there, they're never going to tell us nothing. And that's why I'm like, maybe David didn't do anything. Maybe he did nothing and he's being framed. I've seen it. Thanks so much, Marguerite, for becoming a member. Thank you, Joy, for the 199 super chat. MK Ultra vibes with all these artists. I mean, at the very least, like abused AF, PTSD, dissociated at all times, and on drugs. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional. I didn't run any blood tests. I don't know these people. I never met them. I never talked to them. But if it's still allowed that I talk about my feelings, that's my feelings. Thank you for the 199 super chat. He's insane and maybe even mentally unstable, even though he had been with other creators in the Twitch community. So I don't know. He kind of gives me like that outside good vibes, but closed doors kind of weird. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. Check David's tweet from 5/10/2022. Okay. How do I do that? Let me go to David's profile, D4vD. Y'all tell me check his. Malcolm said check the tweet from May 10th, 2022. Oh, okay. Look, another red flag. And I know that it seems like I'm being really reductive. Like it seems like I'm being like a Karen, like a mom, like, oh, yep, there's the anime. But it's like, there's certain signs. There's certain signs. You don't get pulled into being a gooner, for example, without first making a stop through anime. Not every anime is bad. One of my favorite movies of all time is Kiki's Delivery Service, and I will not be convinced otherwise. I love anime if it's sweet and cute, little Ghibli, this, that. But not all anime is created equally, all right? Some of it is corn, all right? Okay. So this appears to be just some type of Dragon Ball Z type of thing. Maybe that's just a Dragon Ball Z type of thing, but these sort of alternative, kind of rockery, emo-y, emotionally available kids, they get groomed online very early and often through their favorite cartoons. That's all I'll say. Okay, how do I find a tweet from a certain time? Is there a way to... Should I just type it in? David tweet 5. Okay, so D4vD tweet 05 10 2022. Oh, okay, I didn't find the tweet explicitly, but I will show y'all what I did find so far. Was Celeste pregnant? Old David tweet sparks speculation amid investigation. Old tweet raises questions about Celeste Rivas's past and possibly pregnancy. The ongoing investigation into the death of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas has resurfaced an old social media post by musician David, sparking renewed online speculation. The tweet, dated May 10th, 2022, mentions someone wanting to be with her mother and sister again, and references circumstances preventing an ideal situation, which some users have interpreted as hinting at a possible pregnancy, or maybe that she was a child herself. Authorities have not verified these claims. He said, when I was writing this, I got a notie from you, like a notification. As you were talking about wanting to be with your mom and your sister again, take me where I belong. But our circumstances won't allow us to be in our ideal situations. We got to push through it, bro. Huh. Celeste went missing from 2024 last year from Lake Elsinore, California, was found September 8th, a day after her birthday, inside an abandoned Tesla after police responded to reports of a foul odor. Her partially decomposed body was identified with the help of a distinctive tattoo on her leg, but that was not on her leg, and confirmed missing persons reports filed with Riverside County and later referenced LAPD authorities. While the resurfaced tweet has caused widespread outrage online, it offers no direct evidence. Yeah, it's ambiguous too. The circumstances could be that she's 12 or however old she was, 13, 14, however. Thanks so much for the 199 super chat as well. Nobody Woman said, Miyazaki movies should not be held as equal to some of these anime studios and manga writers. Agreed. That was truly art. Thanks so much, Malcolm, for the 199. Thanks so much, Cinda, for the 199. Thanks so much, Dizzy Destiny, for the 100. Can someone have set him up and then did what he was singing about? Yep. And that's why you got to be careful what you post in. Y'all got to stop doing stuff for to be a character. I mean, I've seen a lot of people talking about this lately with the ATM Richie, you know, the one that said that they put women in kennels and dog kennels and fed them cat food and stuff. Now, a lot of people are coming out and being like, oh, he's just playing a character for play. And it's like, okay, that's fine. But what are you going to do When they find women in kennels eating cat food, and someone just simply just says, oh, ATM Richie did this. Now they have you on camera for the last 5 years saying that. So you can't be just out here just playing a character because you could get set up. Yeah, why was he wearing all that blood on his clothes after she went missing? Right. I mean, on his tour, he's been wearing clothes that have blood splatter and spatters all over them. It's just sinister. And frankly, like, I'm to the point, I don't even decorate my house for like Halloween and stuff no more. Like, I'm full on like auntie. I am in my auntie era, and I don't think it's just one culture. There's like a certain archetype of auntie that's like, I rebuke everything just in case I rebuke. I don't want a skeleton in my house. I don't want a ghost on my front porch. I don't even have a welcome mat. That's how superstitious I done got. I don't have a mat on the front of my door. Don't say welcome, because not everything ain't welcome in my house. I will open the door for you and let you in if you are welcome. You are not welcome. So I don't like music videos that depict violence against women, violence, knives, blood, romantic homicide, romance, whatever. No, there's nothing romantic about a homicide, actually. And I would have let him sit there and eat his food, but now a dead girl's done turned up in his trunk. All that's fun and cute on video games. All that's fun and cute for y'all on video games, but it does something to the psyche. And I don't really know if it's like repairable. It's taken away the innocence of children permanently. Kids don't wake up and fall off the turnip truck like this. Watch your kids. Don't get them a cell phone until later in life. Like I don't have kids. Easy for me to say. I don't have kids, but you know what? That's on purpose. I've not yet had kids because I know when I do, it's going to be two people's full-time job to make sure that every single thing that is going on with that is above board. Kids don't fall off the turnip truck like this. It's sometimes neglect, and sometimes the families are doing it to the kids. All right. You got to watch your kids. It's like all the rules that my mom used to have for me and my dad used to have for me as a kid. I see why now. I couldn't go spend the night at nobody's house if they had a brother. If the brother was in a grade lower, I could go. If they had a brother in a 1 grade higher or above, no. I couldn't go to nobody's house if their mom wasn't going to be there the whole time. No, you're not getting left with nobody's dad, and you're not getting left there alone. If the mom's not going to be there the whole time, she can call me and I'm coming to pick you up. No, you cannot wear a bikini at all. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. You can have one piece with a cover up. I mean, like, all these rules felt so oppressive, but now I get it. But now I do get it. Golly. Man, watch your kids, y'all. Girl, Jack, I'm not taking a chance. If you want to put a welcome mat on your door, buddy, go ahead. But I'm not taking a chance just in freaking case. All right. Thank you, New Life Plan, for the $9.99 super chat. I got y'all going over there to Also, I don't put nothing headless. I don't put nothing that's just a head. A lot of people will have like a Buddha head. To me, that's like not auspicious. Put the whole body, because what you looking like. This is going to be controversial. I don't have a single crucifix in my house. I got some Jesus stuff. I got some Krishna stuff. I got some Hanuman. I got a Buddha. I do have imagery from religious imagery in my house. I do not want, that's like rubbing it in y'all's face. Y'all realize I understand the cross, like just a cross on its own, but like an actual Jesus hanging there on the cross, it's like rubbing it in your face. They killed Jesus. He's not on that cross no more. He done came back. He done came back as far as what y'all believe. Why would you want to look at a dead Jesus? But people's killed. That's like traumatizing. You can put what you want in your own house. I'm superstitious. Okay. Ashley said, wait, that's a good point about the welcome mat. Seriously. I don't have no Halloween decorations with a witch on it, because that's not welcome over here. I know some of y'all would refer to yourself as a witch. That's fine. I'm just not taking no chances of the other kind of witch. All right. I don't want a witch on my front yard. A pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern is about as far as I'm going to go. My sister gave me some tea towels and had a ghost on it, but it was a cat dressed up as a ghost. And she's like, I got this one because it's just a cat dressed up as a ghost. It's not a real ghost. Because she knows I won't put a ghost in my house. I got enough shit in my house. I got enough to worry about coming at me than putting welcome, big as hell in all caps, in the front yard. No, you're not welcome, actually. You know what I have in my front yard? A whole bunch of no trespassing signs, private property. Solicitors will be prosecute, all that. Okay, so no, nothing's welcome at my house. You don't have a welcome mat, and I will not have a welcome mat. Peace and blessings. That's all I really have for this one. I'm gonna have y'all sending over to Rabbit, redirecting over there, and she's talking about the same thing. She may have found more stuff. She may have found different stuff. She may be commenting on things I did that I missed. So a lot of people are like, wait, I'm putting my welcome mat away. Wait, I didn't mean to like change y'all's minds on things. Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments after the replay. If I change your mind about welcome mat or rebuke, I rebuke. Oh, wait, do I have that video? There is one video I want to show y'all because I was like, I am this auntie. Maybe not. Oh, maybe I didn't. It was she was rebuking like Young Thug or something. What was it? Young Gotti, somebody. She was like, I rebuke. Let me find it. Hold on. I got it in my text messages, I think. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe I didn't send it to myself. I thought I did. All right, I'll have to go find the auntie rebuking whoever it was. It was very funny. It was definitely me. She was like, I rebuke. All right, so I'll see y'all a little later. I might go live again this afternoon about some other stuff, but I'll redirect you now to Rabbit for her live on the same issue, the Celeste, the tragic unalive incident that went on with her. That's all I really had for this one. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation. Neither are opinions. Love you, Mina K. Bye.